Right at the convergence of the Three Rivers on Art Rooney Drive, we welcome you to Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it, this crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Houston Texans and the Pittsburgh Steelers. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Let's go, boy. Let's go.
At their own 19-yard line.
Mike. 55, Mike. Check.
So now the Texans are going to stop it as they signal for a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Let's get it together, defense. Let's get it together. Check three. Shift. Shift.
They'll run. This is Darrell Henderson. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Watch the pass. Here we go. Switch. Check 1. Check 13. 36. Joker.
Second down, it's Henderson. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a third and about 4 more for a first.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Yeah, they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4. Mariota. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. A 5-yard loss there is going to bring up 4th down. Well, you can see what they wanted to do. They wanted to set up the screen there, but it got blown up.
It's hard to run that play if you're not getting a lot of pressure at the quarterback because the space doesn't open up. They were able to read that one and slow it down and stop it before they could get a first down.
At their own 16-yard line.
Ready. Hey, check 24. Watch 24. 80 weapon. Under 10. Check 52. He's cracked. Gone. Check and crack. Let's go.
They'll run for the first time here with Brown. He's got a first down past the 30. A huge play there for Houston. 52 yards. Well, welcome to the party. First carry of the game. How about that?
And just think, as far as he's concerned, he's just getting warmed up.
So how about this for a change in field position? From inside the 10, here's first down on the other side of the field. They go right back to the ground here in Brown. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Check 26.
On second down, it's Brown. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense.
Check. Hey, watch it. He's coming. Double up. He's coming. Double up. Big Dan. Go. Come.
Looking to throw. Flush to his right. Going to throw deep for the... And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. DK Metcalf with touchdown number 12 on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter, picking up where they left off before the open week that they had last week, as they won going into that, and no signs of being stale.
No, and that's really big for them, because there's a trust factor that goes into this, because what often happens, if you win the game before your open week, you usually get more time off. But if you win the game before the open week, get more time off, and don't play well the next time out, that goes away. So they're making a statement that they like that time off.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7.
You can't block me. Why? Get wide. Watch the twist. Watch the twist. Check 43.
This is Henderson. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
Blue line. Right there. 56. Yo.
On 3rd down, Mariota. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Uchenna Nwosu got the sack there. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs, so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. On 2nd down now, it's Brown. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
Here we go. 60 Pittsburgh. Double time. Hey, we got 4. Lock it. Check. Slam. Now. Whip. Squeeze. Get in there. Check 50. Ready.
On 1st down, Brown. He'll get only a couple down to the 44.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it, because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Watch tight. Tight end's right. Watch tight. Tight end's right. We got 4. We got 4. General, West. Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping. Check, 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 check. Check, check, check. Back, back, back. No, no, no. Off. Ready.
Shotgun handoff to Brown here. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on 3rd down.
H3, 218, chopper. Zoom, fellas, let's go. Ready, go.
They'll drop the throw. And that is incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And this one's out of bounds. Should be inside the 10, I think it is. At the 6-yard line. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? That definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
Switch gears.
A carry by Henderson to start the drive. And they'll get him down up past the 15. A gain of 10, good for a Steeler first down. So that last play gives them a little more space now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 16-yard line. They'll go back to Henderson on 1st down. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. Right about 20 yards on the pickup. Officially, they'll say it's going to go for 19.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
A first carry now for Kofani Muhammad. 4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
And they'll need the 39 here for a first. This is 3rd down.
I got you. Slam, slam, slam. Jack. 3.
They'll run with Muhammad. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. A rough go there on 3rd down, a loss of 4. The Steelers send out their punter now as he's on here to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
34 yards there and a first down.
That outside handoff to the left, that play has to warm the heart of an offensive line coach because they controlled the left side where they were supposed to, but they didn't allow anything to leak from the backside on the right side of the offensive line either. Well played.
Yeah, and it created a big run. Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. He got 29 yards that time.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. They'll run on first down. Brown. And he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Yep. Motion. Check. Shift. Rush in. Switch. Let's go.
On second down, it's Brown, and he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. That leads us to a first and goal. It's a pickup of 8. They'll try and run it in with Brown, and he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. A great play there with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Texans push further out in front. Hopkins with the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Here's Henderson. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. Different story this time around. We had that huge gain followed by a sizable loss here.
Mike's 50.
Now on 2nd and 13. Mariota nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. 3rd and long here for Mariota. Going for the deep ball. That's caught inside the 20. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That's a gain of 31 with right around 1 minute to go in the quarter. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Now Mariota. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. A 15-yard touchdown grab as they are now on the board here in the first half. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau, and that'll make our score 14-7. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
We got this.
First and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you've got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are on the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
Here we go, G.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
So after the incompletion on first, now second and 10.
Hatchet. Check 9. Check 24. Check 24. Kill.
Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And some room to work. And he finally goes out of bounds across the opposite 40. A big play there just before halftime. Give him 42 yards on the ground. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for first and 10.
4 down. Even. Check nickel. Watch the safety creep. SOS. Check the backer. Big head.
Here's Brown. And he's taken down inside the 30. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts, as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half.
Ready. 30 pace. Let's go. Right. He's tight right here. He's tight on the right.
Everyone, we got 4 down.
Sponge. No. Grace don't travel. Gone. Ready, go.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. That's sacked by Khalil Mack. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half.
They can't stop us, baby. Every time it's a sack. Come on, fellas.
So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. And quite a bit of pizza in this box. It's a 53-yard attempt. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. It's the Texans in front, and they're going to get the football first as we are back underway in the third quarter. Fielded about a yard deep. He juked him. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. They keep it on the ground. Again, it's Brown. Space to maneuver at the 40. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. A big play there with his 13th touchdown of the year and 2nd of the game. And the Texans push further out in front. Extra point good by Hopkins. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
56 to Mike.
Now Mariota. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And that's caught at the 25. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Colby Listenby. His first touchdown on the year. And the Steelers are able to cut into that deficit. They go for just one here as it's up and good. And the lead down to 10, 24-14. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They were able to extend their lead with an opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter, but that just got matched a moment ago.
So we know that what they discussed at the half worked. Now, what are the counters to that, right? You don't just run the same things over and over. Some do, but many will also show something and then come back with something else to keep the defense off balance.
So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14.
Check 99. Check 99.
2nd and 14. Sliding out of the pocket. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Khalil Mack picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
And that's the 2nd sack of the game, but this player, disruptive in all phases, whether he's going upfield, coming underneath, you name it. He's a big-time guy you have to block.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. They'll set up to throw. And the pressure gets to him again. Aaron Donald in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year.
Well, this is what happens when you get behind the chains, as people like to say. When you have obvious passing situations, hard to vary it up and fool a defense.
And you hate those situations if you're an O-lineman, right?
Oh, without a doubt, because you just know they're coming, and you never know exactly how. They can be exotic in their blitzes, or their athletic ability just takes over.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29.
Let's go. Let's bring it. Let's bring it. Check that. I-7. Let's go. Mike 91. Tackles.
They go play action. Mariota. He's going to launch this thing. Wait. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. An excellent gain, 35 yards. Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do that, maybe they'll inspire their defense as well and get a few stops.
Henderson now on 1st and 10. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Hey, watch that. Hey, watch the ball. 91.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a 1st down.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple.
Come to my world. We want it. Come to my world.
Again, it's Henderson. Uses the spin, and he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they've got it 1st and goal.
They were not fooling around at all, were they? 2nd and short, and they brought out the heavy package. Almost felt like the super heavy package against that defense, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't think they expected that much beef up front, and it turned into an easy 1st down conversion.
Check 55 to Mike.
They'll run here with Henderson. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Here comes the boom. I see you, boy. I see you.
Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here.
Guys, out of time. Let's get off the field. Let's get off the field. Kill, kill, kill. One. Shit. Hey, watch the ship. Watch the ship.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. From 10 yards out. As they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Well, you know, you can't get all the points back at once, but baby steps a good start.
A start that was sorely needed because this team looked like they might be out of this one, but getting a touchdown, getting back into it, gives them hope as they move forward.
Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take this across the 25. couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession. That was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
They defer to Brown to start the drive. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Right back to Brown. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Everybody scoot up, heavy. Watch 80. He likes to get those jump balls. Here we go.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch.
4 down. Check. 4 down. Check 3. Squeeze. Get in there.
On first down, Brown. And he'll be brought down right at midfield after a gain of only a couple. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
The Texans on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. They'll run on third down with Brown. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Kill. Hey, turn it up. Hard. Check 4. Hey, Dan. Watch 24. Under 10. 10.
They'll run it here with Brown. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston first down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
On the set. Double time. Rock. Check 52. He's crashing. He's checking crash. Check. Fresno. Watch twist. Ready, go.
They'll run on first down. It's Brown. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. This drive's taken more than 3 minutes off the clock already as they come up on 2nd down.
Hey, check. 3 down. Switch it. Come here, switch it. Check one. Check. Check hot route. Hot.
Check.
They'll run. This is Brown. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. A 12-yard touchdown run. And the Texans push further out in front. He keeps carrying the ball into the end zone, and in this one, he's sort of carrying the team on his back.
He's the reason that they lead right now. No question about it. And you talk about on his back, he's not minding the extra weight at all, is he? Carrying that just as lightly as he does the football.
Yeah,
what a great performance so far.
Those 3 touchdowns, it's got him in the lead. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. This one taken from the 7. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Here we go.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were...
It got his man complete. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Colby Listenby. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. A little less than 4 minutes remaining, and the margin for error is small with this slim lead. Operate within your 4-minute offense here, Charles?
Definitely. Remember, the 4-minute offense doesn't always correspond to what's up on the clock. What they need to do is play a little bit of keep away right now. Run the clock down. Make sure their opponent doesn't get the ball back. Their dream scenario, get enough first downs and make them eat up their timeouts so the game ends when you're kneeling down with the football.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 28-yard line.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. Here's the 2nd and 7. And he whips that one incomplete there.
So it looked like maybe his 3rd or his 4th read on his progression. Just trying to find his outlet man that time. Ends up leading him just a bit too much.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. He'll look to throw. He gets it to Brown, complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 15 yards, the Texans pick up the first down. Big hook up there, forced to throw it on 3rd down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
Crunch. You're out. Chance.
On 1st down, it's Brown. And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now, I could be in that huddle with that offensive line, and I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine.
Check. Lucky. 25. Check 25. Check 25.
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. They've got a second down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. Now it's Brown. He's got a first down and then some inside the 40. Touchdown, Houston. A great effort there. 52 yards. And the Texans push further out in front. You talk about the dominating rushing performances that you and I have seen together. This has got to be right up there. His fourth touchdown run of the game and another long one to boot.
And I don't need to ask for a witness because you're right here with me. We are watching this, and we're watching such a performance that is demoralizing for anyone on defense. You know, it starts out coaches screaming, tackle him, get him. And after that last touchdown, I bet it's pure silence on that side of the ball.
Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. This will be fielded at the 8. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one play drive's exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was real easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
And we'll see if it's that easy here. They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly second and long. Throwing is Mariota. He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Trey Flowers picks it. And he'll take it across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. Both defenses have had their struggles, but they've been good enough to get them this lead, and another nice play there to help preserve the lead.
It's been a game of punch-counter-punch, hasn't it? All throughout. But this time, the big swing was taken, and it didn't land. Nice play by them on defense.
They'll run on first down. Brown. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. So after the run for no gain, here's second and 10.
Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping.
Check, 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 check. Check, check, check. Lock it. Back, back. No, no, no. There go.
They'll keep it on the ground. Brown. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8.
And after that type of a run, there's some talking going on down on the field, but it's not trash talking. The guy who just carried the ball, he's going back and telling his offensive line, great job, keep it up, and we'll break that one soon.
Ready up. Double tight. Double tight. 4 down. Check.
On third and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. He's going to let this go for the end zone. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go.
Quarterbacking 101. Never force the ball into double coverage, especially not this close to the goal line. The windows are so tight, you just don't want to force it in there because it could be tipped up and picked off.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on fourth. And he's not going to get the first. I don't even think he made it back to the line of scrimmage. He needed a couple, but he didn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. And this Steeler defense able to come up with a stop. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, two-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back and then score again, but they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly, then they'll take it from there.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41.
I'm here all day. I'm here all day. 50's the mic.
Now Mariota. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Hey, Mike's 50, Mike's 50. Let's go, defense.
One last shot now for Mariota. Now a desperation throw. And that's caught inside the 30. And a little bit of a consolation prize there. He's into the end zone. Won't win them the game, but they do get the score with all zeros showing.
But some fantasy players are really happy with that score.
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. Well, an interesting finish to this one. They get in the end zone at the end of the game. Then they went for 2. It wouldn't have mattered. The game was over, but they didn't get that 2-point conversion.
I think trying to get the 2 points, that was for pride for them. But obviously the guys on the other side of the ball had some pride too. They stopped the 2-point play, even though, as you noted, it did not matter. So both teams battled to the end.
So for Houston, they close out this first half at a very solid 6-2. And another road date awaits them next week as their opponents will be the Los Angeles Chargers. Meanwhile, for Pittsburgh, the struggles intensify as they drop to 2.